Hello everyone, Storm101 here. Today we'll be taking a look to the pattern pretty much for the rest of June here, looking like parts of Northwest might be continuing with some hot and dry conditions. Look like it could be cool and decently stormy across parts of the central and eastern United States. We also may have a tropical wave to watch into parts of the Atlantic as well, and maybe a little bit of severe weather to talk about as well. Well, let's first going ahead and get started with what the patterns could be looking like over the next pretty much for the rest of June here. So this is what we got going on right now. We got a big trough currently into parts of the central and eastern United States, and this is bringing in well below average temperatures across parts of the Great Lakes, the Ohio Valley, and even the Midwest here. We got this cold front continuing to move to the east here, so it also brought a good amount of severe weather across parts of the Ohio Valley and Northeast yesterday. And good news is today the severe weather threat is much lower with this cold front here. Only a marginal risk for severe weather pretty much along the east coast there as the cold front continues to move to the east as well. Models are also hinting on the possibility for some severe weather across parts of Iowa as well later today. The main threat's going to be damaging winds and maybe some hail with those storms, but I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem, which we'll take a look at the SPC outlook in a moment. But as we kind of get into Thursday here, we get like another front here. We gotta watch for this low pressure system as it moves up along that front. That might bring a chance for some severe weather across parts of the Midwest here. And you can see here, this could become into a big cluster here. Still uncertainties here, but a big cluster thunderstorm seems like to be a possibility Thursday night into Friday. You can see how the low pressure system quickly moves to the northeast here and then be out of here in the United States, eventually into Canada. And this leaves a big time cold front here, and out ahead of it is a decent amount of instability and moisture. So we may need to watch for this because this cold front will be moving slowly to the southeast, and there could be a flooding problem with this cold front here. Then another low pressure system develops up along that front as well. So definitely something we need to watch for on that cold front there. And this cold front, pretty much now, stationary front just kind of sticks around here, which can fire off some showers of thunderstorms along that stationary front boundary. And this time looks like it's kind of up here now. And then we're kind of 10 days out. Really, after that, things are going to change here. But generally speaking here, there's going to be a pretty active pattern here across parts of the Southern Plains all the way up into parts of the Great Lakes as well. There's probably going to be a lot of rain coming for some of those places in there. And some of those places actually need some rain as well. And let's take a look into the Canadian model. And again, you have this big trough in the eastern United States bringing in well below average temperatures. Then as you kind of move into Thursday, check out what the Canadian model's got. A massive cluster of thunderstorms. That might be a mesoscale convective system or MCS in southeastern Iowa there. So that's definitely something you need to watch for, which models have been really hinting on that. You can see how it continues to move to the southeast into parts of Indiana and Illinois. And it kind of dies out a little bit there. Then you got this low pressure system with a trailing front here. And this may even try to fire off some more mesoscale convective systems across parts of Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, maybe into parts of Kentucky as well, with a little bit of a northwest flow there. And then your front is pretty much a little further to the southeast than what the other models are showing. Some other models keep the front a little bit further to the northwest, but we'll see about that. But either way, along that front there, where we're going to have multiple rounds of showers of thunderstorms, could pose a flash flooding threat. And there may be a chance for some strong storms every day along that stationary boundary, because of the fact that we're going to have quite a bit of instability to work with. And there'll be decent upper level winds as well, so that could be favorable for some damage winds at the surface from those thunderstorms. Then later on here, the Canadian model is actually showing another trough moving in here with a cold front as well on the east coast. So that's a little bit different. And then you kind of get 10 days out. Things are going to change here. We'll take a look into the European model, see what it thinks. It's actually showing snow on the back side of the system here, up across parts of Canada. It's pretty impressive there. And that's a pretty impressive trough for in the middle of summer as well. Keep in mind of that. That's something you don't see that often during the summer here, especially across where temperatures you get widespread low 70s and maybe upper 60s in some of these places in here. And that's just well below average temperatures, and that's pretty unusual to see during this middle of summer. That's something you see like in the fall, something like that, or in the spring. But as you kind of continue on here, as we move again to Thursday, you get a couple cluster thunderstorms that develop into parts of Iowa, Illinois. Some of those storms may be on the strong to severe side. And then the European model shows a big time cluster of thunderstorms across parts of Nebraska and Iowa. So may need to watch those couple of days here. And then European model shows a pretty strong low here. And this is the only model that's showing a low that's strong here, but also shows a trailing front that might also bring some strong to severe storms as well. And then you kind of see here how this front here kind of stays stationary, really across parts for the Great Lakes, back down to the Southern Plains. Excuse me there. It looks like that stationary front might just stick around there for a while. There's also going to be a Bermuda high kind of trying to build in to swell from the east. Meanwhile, across the west, you get a massive ridge going on here. And this ridge actually kind of expands across parts of the north as well. So really the only place you got troughing here is really across parts of the central and east central United States here. And that's going to bring in daily chances for showers of thunderstorms, popcorn variety of showers of thunderstorms, which the European model does shows up pretty well here. What it could look like here. I mean, really, most of the time, these popcorn variety storms are not severe. You do get plenty of instability, but these storms will produce a lot of rain in a short period of time. Keep in mind of that because those precipitable water numbers are going to be pretty high. Again, we're talking about precipitable water numbers could be up to 2 inches. And that's going to lead to some pretty high rainfall rates from some of those storms as well. You can see how it just kind of continues on really for the rest of June as well. So really for the next couple days here, Eastern United States, enjoy while you can for this trough here because things are going to warm up again. And we'll be kind of going back into a hot, muggy, and stormy pattern. And there might be a daily chance for a strong storm as well, kind of depending on the environment as well. So let's take a look at those 500 millibar hot anomalies. And you can see this much better here with this big old trough into parts of the central and eastern United States. And then you get this massive ridge here. Now some of your hot waters actually going to be moving up into parts of the northwest. Maybe some record highs possible up there. We'll see about that. I think parts of the southwestern United States, which if you guys were paying attention to the southwestern United States, it did try to show some showers and storms, so that might be a decent sign here that parts of the southwestern United States might actually get some rain, which they desperately need some rain. As we continue on here and check out this massive ridge building up. We're way across British Columbia, Alberta, and even into parts of the northwestern United States. And this is going to bring us well above average temperatures up there. Even some above average temperatures continues on across parts of California and Nevada. And then you get some trough going on out here. And parts of Arizona and New Mexico might actually have a chance to get some rain out of this, which is good news. That ridge kind of stays pretty persistent up there, and then you kind of get this blocking pattern here. And we get all this ridging up here, and this trough here is now kind of stuck here. So then you kind of get daily chances of showers or thunderstorms over the next several days here, with that little trough just still sticking around there. Eventually, when it starts to break down, it should start to move out of here at some point as well. But if the European model is correct, we'll be talking about pretty much a blocky pattern here that might persist over a consecutive amount of days, and that could bring in daily chances of showers and thunderstorms across parts of the central and eastern United States as well, if that verifies. Here's to take a look into the Climate Predict Center outlook here for the next 6 to 10 days, basically for the rest of June here, almost. Well, this is pretty much June 27th into July 1st. It is getting close to July 4th. We are getting close. And you can see here, above normal temperatures across the northeast and above normal temperatures continue on for parts of the northern and western United States. And then you get the chance for some below average temperatures across, really for the southeast and parts of the Midwest, the Southern Plains as well. And New Mexico may get lucky enough to actually get some below average temperatures, even for parts of Colorado as well, where they need a break from the heat as well. If we check out precipitation wise, you can kind of see here we do get above average precipitation across parts of the eastern United States and even back across parts of the desert Southwest. I mean, check that out. CPC giving a chance for some above average precipitation across parts of southern Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico. Keep in mind, this is 6 to 10 days out, so this could change. It can change. But this is definitely some hope for some parts of Arizona, New Mexico, and parts of Utah. Even in the average zone here, you got an equal chance for below average or above average precipitation, but that's still a chance you might be able to get some rain in this time period. So that's some good news there. But what's not good news here is the dry weather continues across parts of the northwestern United States, even across parts of the plain states, more specifically the northern plains. I think they're still in drier conditions. They did get some rain, but I think they're still a little bit below normal on precipitation. And they are looking to be trending drier again, which is not good news there as well. Let's move on to 8 to 14 days. Now, this is getting to the July 4th time period. We're going to let this load here for a moment. You can already see here we got above average temperatures pretty much for the same places here. It looks like that ridge there might try to build back in across parts of the west. But your below average temperatures does continue for parts of the Southern Plains, southeast, and parts of the Lower Ohio Valley as well. And those chances for warmer than average temperatures do continue across parts of the northeastern United States as well. Let's move on to 8 to 14 day precipitation. It's probably going to be similar here, which it is. Chances for drier normal conditions across parts of the northwestern and northern plains as well. Chance for a little bit above average precipitation across parts of the desert southwest. And even across parts of the east coast. Well, generally the eastern United States as well has a decent probability to see above average precipitation as well. So that's what the pattern's really looking like, especially even going into parts of early July as well. And that's kind of looking your general pattern here. Ridging across the northwest, troughing across parts of the south central and eastern United States. And it's also looking pretty stormy for the eastern United States as well. Even if there's a chance for some, maybe a monsoon or two across parts of Arizona and New Mexico as well. Definitely something we'll be watching there as well. So that's pretty much for the Climate Predict Center's outlook here. Let's check out the SPC outlook here. So this is today. Again, we have the slight risk for severe weather across parts of eastern Nebraska to parts of Iowa. We got a marginal risk across parts of southeastern Oregon, western Idaho, far northwestern Nevada, and far northeastern California. We got a marginal risk for eastern New Mexico, and we got that marginal risk pretty much for the southeast coast of New Jersey, all the way down to Miami, Florida. Almost said Alabama, and that's Florida. There's no tornado risk for today, but damage winds is particularly going to be your primary threat for all areas, but the hail threat will be more focused across parts of the Nebraska and Iowa area as well. Let's move into tomorrow. We do have a slight risk for severe weather across central Nebraska. We got a marginal risk for severe weather across parts of northern Wisconsin, parts of upper Michigan, northern Minnesota, and far northeastern uh, North Dakota. No tornado threat on this day, but damaging winds and hail is looking to be your primary threats as well. Then on day 3, another slight risk for severe weather across parts of eastern Nebraska, northern Missouri, northeastern Kansas, all of Iowa, southeastern Minnesota, and southwestern Wisconsin as well. And that's going to be associated with that potential for a Mexico convective system or a large cluster of thunderstorms. Definitely something you need to watch on that day as well over the next day or two. And there's nothing on their 4 to 8 day outlook as of right now. So right now for the next couple days, severe weather is going to be mainly focused across parts of the Midwest and Central Plains overall. And that might move into parts of the eastern United States. We'll have to watch for that as well. In the tropics, we only got one disturbance to watch here. It has a 30% chance of developing in the next 48 hours and 5 days. It's still a low chance, but the chance is there that we may get to see a tropical disturbance out of this here. And whenever I look into the GFS model here, there is a little bit of dry air in the area. As I kind of look into this, you can see here your tropical system is somewhere in here, but your brown colors is your drier air, which can limit the development of this tropical wave here. It seems like some of that dry air does go away, and it's hard to tell where your tropical system is just by looking at this image here. But you can tell by the isobars, your tropical wave is right here. You can see how it kind of moves to the east here, and maybe to the northwest here a little bit. Might be up here or down here. Looks like it kind of dissipates there. GFS is actually showing a pretty good tropical system in the eastern Pacific. See, right there. Wow, 983 millibars. That's a pretty strong low pressure system right there. But whenever I look into the wind shear values, where it's going to be moving into, especially when this Bermuda high starts to build in here, there's a lot of wind shear to work with out ahead of this thing. So I don't have a whole lot of confidence that this system is going to survive through this wind shear. Although it looks like it may get a little bit better with the precipitated water numbers. I think it'll be able to make it for that little area of dry air. But with this wind shear here, I think it's just going to shear it apart. So I don't have a whole lot of confidence on this tropical wave, but it's something to watch for right now. Let's check out the Eastern Pacific here, and you can see here, like the GFS was showing, possibly maybe even a hurricane in the Eastern Pacific, maybe for the first time. We got 80% chance of development in the next 5 days, a 30% chance in the next 48 hours, and may pose a threat to parts of southwestern Mexico. So those folks down there definitely need to watch that system. In the Central Pacific, there's nothing there, which is good news there. So overall, the tropics right now is not that active, except for the Eastern Pacific. Definitely need to watch that one system very closely here. I did see a couple people on Twitter talking about that may start to get a little bit active, especially with that MJO that starts to move over the Atlantic, especially when we get into August. So we definitely need to watch for that as well. But right now, the tropics in the Atlantic is, for the most part, is quiet. I don't think that tropical wave has a deep is very going to survive for that wind shear, but who knows? It might. We're just going to have to see about that, but it is still something to watch over the next several days. But Anyways, guys, that's all for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like this video, hit that like button. If you really like my channel, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notifications so you never miss an upload. If you guys have questions about this, you put in the comment section down below. I'll answer you guys' questions. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.